What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin. Yes, we are. I had a couple people say that they didn't really request it, but they were saying that they look forward to these videos, and beyond that, I wanted to make a video on it today. So thank you for all the support and all the love. I've been looking forward to making this video too. I'm sorry that it's coming at an 8% drop on this 4-hour candle alone, but on the bright side, low here, lower low here, hidden bullish divergence. We're right around the 50. It's a prime area to bounce, hopefully. On the bright side, if the Bitcoin ETFs get denied tomorrow, which I do think they will, Jesus Coin seems to not care what Bitcoin does. It's one of the few coins, and time, I mean, man, I can't really, can I compare it? Is there a way to compare it? I tried to do this last time, and it just did this. It just loaded. Load, load, load. Who cares? I care. I want it. Let's look at Bitcoin here, BTC USD. I'll just show you what I mean. So yeah, maybe on the daily even, right? And if you've been following Jesus Coin, you know. But let's see here. Looking at it on the daily. Okay, so when did Jesus Coin have its run up? It was back here at the end of September, beginning of October, right? What was Bitcoin doing? Well, Bitcoin was actually going down in the beginning of October. In the end of September, it was going up a little bit, but really it was being stagnant and it went down. Jesus Coin didn't care. Okay, Bitcoin went up. It had a big week toward the end of October. What was Jesus Coin doing toward the end of October? It actually went down. It was going down. It was being stagnant, right? It just seems like it's not that it does the opposite, but it seems to not care what Bitcoin does. It was going up in the beginning of November. What was Bitcoin doing in the beginning of November? It was going up, but kind of moving sideways, not really doing a whole lot, like really, just still more consolidation. It moved up. Let's see, what did Jesus Coin? It started moving up at the end of November, and what did Bitcoin do at the end of November? It was still moving sideways. It was still moving sideways. And then Bitcoin takes off on the 1st of December. What's Jesus Coin do on the 1st of December? It's basically near its top. So they really, Bitcoin dropping, what I'm trying to say, on the bright side, will probably not have that big of an impact on Jesus Coin like it does on most cryptos. Now, there is, of course, the possibility, I would even say, even with everything we've gone over, the probability that a major crash in Bitcoin and across all crypto could be bad for Jesus Coin too, right? It could scare a lot of people. But Jesus Coin, again, man, it seems like we found one of the coins that's actually safe during Bitcoin crashes. As weird as that sounds, it just seems to not care what Bitcoin does. It does what it wants to do. And maybe that's because it's on DEXs. It's not on any like major exchanges. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's the one. I really don't know. But we did find support right here on a previous area of resistance. We also found support right here on a previous weekly all-time high close. Right, very significant. Whenever you break out, test it back for support. Look at the positive week we had. This is exactly the look that I wanted to see, and we got it. We really did, man. Up 22% this week after dropping. Like, who cares how much, man? Because we're up 22%. Beautiful. I love it, man. We had some volume coming back in. It's nice. We look at the daily here, right? Volume was coming back in as we were moving up. You know, we had our like lower bits of volume right here toward the low, and then we're moving up. But unfortunately, there are a couple caveats. There are a couple things that have me a little bit concerned, and it's not the fact that the Bitcoin ETFs might get denied. That's not the fact, right? The fact of the matter is we have this humongous resistance ahead of us, right? It was very solid support. We broke below it and all hell broke loose. We tested it as resistance once. We are testing it as resistance now, okay? And we have been actually the past couple days. It's very crucial. Very, very crucial to get above this line, to get above that 6026 line. It's very incredibly, we get a day to close above there, I'll be happy. We get 2 days to close above there, I'll be convinced that we're up and up. Mainly because we'd be closing above previous support, which looks to be resistance. We would also be getting a higher high, right? If we close above there and we continue to go, like I said, if we had 2 days close above there, because I would assume if we close above here, we wouldn't just move sideways, we'd probably get above this high. And if we can get a higher high, that would be nice, because again, whenever I had the squiggles on in the beginning, I was talking about this, where we would have higher highs and higher lows. That's the look we want. If we go down from here, it's still okay. It's still fine because we can find a higher low from here. But that does leave room for price to go back down to 6017, 1718, something like that. Even lower. We could go below here. As long as we're not closing below here, I'm okay. Really, as long as we're not closing below here, I think we're okay. But there's something else that has me a bit worried. And there's a reason I haven't brought it up until now, because save the best for last, or in this case, the worst for last. We are, as of right now, finding resistance on the area that gave us so much support before on the RSI. The day is still young, right? We still have about 20 hours left in the day, right? I have to do that math myself because it won't give it. It gives you the countdown on 4 hours on Dex Screener, anything below, but not on the daily, not on the weekly, not on the monthly. So I had to do the math myself. But we still have 20 hours left in this day. We're down 8% right now. Jesus Coin can absolutely come back up in a day that much, right? Absolutely it can. In fact, I think yesterday, let's see. Nope, never mind. Yesterday it just pumped, and then all day it came down, actually, with a little bit of a pump afterwards. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I don't have a good example of that. We just kind of pumped, and then here sold off at the end. Yeah, but whatever. Sold off 7.7%. The next 4-hour candle we pumped 17%. I'm just saying we can absolutely come back and absolve this deficit, and close the day green. That'd be really nice to see. But this does have me worried. We've shown significance on it to the upside. We've shown significance on it from below. Okay, so if we reject it here, it's not the end of the world, but we likely will be going lower. And the best hope that we have would be that we form a higher low. We get the higher low out of the way and we get it done with. I've been saying that for the past few days. I do think we need to form a higher low to really solidify that we're done going lower. If not, guys, well, every person who wished that they, I'm sorry, whenever, that wished that they could have bought down here, you're going to get your wish come true, man. It's going to happen. You likely we would go probably somewhere like right in the middle, right where this previous area of support was, previous area of resistance, somewhere in that area, between, again, about 707, 7045, something like that. I should say 7075 to 7045. I would definitely be buying down there. I'm not buying right now. I've got my prospects other places. I've got my eyes on other things that are less risky. I've got enough money in Jesus Coin. I'm happy with the bag that I have. I don't need to add more to it. But if it goes down there, I will probably take an extra nibble. So I wouldn't be too discouraged if it happened. But it's more exciting to see things go up. I'm sure we can all agree on that. What's not exciting really right now is this, for sure. That is definitely the one, the bugaboo that I have right now. We did have bearish divergence. To be fair, with the moves down that we've had already, that bearish divergence has been realized, so we can start to move up again. We do have this low here and this low here, lower lows, but higher lows in price. Yes, we're a little bit, we're probably right at it now, but the 4 hour that just closed there was above that, so that is hidden bullish divergence. We did check back with this candle here, and we found support on a previous area of resistance, and continued. We had a very nice move up, decent volume too. But it would be nice. It would really be nice if we can close this day and the next day above this 50, above the 6026 zone, and get a higher high. That would really be nice. But if not, again, not all is failed, not all is over. I don't think that just because we get rejected here, that means that we're going to go all the way down here. It does implicate that the odds of us going down again to that 7075 area to 7045 area, the odds of that happening does go up tremendously. But it's not certain. It's not certain. There's still a solid chance that we could find a higher low here and move up more. It just all depends, man. It all depends. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything else I want to add, man. I feel like there was something. I feel like there was. Can't think of it right now. Let's see. Let's look at the price real quick. Let's do some actual TA. Rejecting the 0.5. I feel like Jesus likes his 0.5. Didn't we discover that together? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. 382. Nice. Glory days, man. Love it. Miss it. We miss you, glory days. We'll see you soon, though. We'll see you soon. Top to bottom here. Right up to the 2. Just beautiful. Maybe it wasn't Jesus coin that had the 0.5, but still. Let's look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour does look a little bit more compelling to the downside than the 4 hour did with this bearish engulfing candle here. Lower low in the 1 hour followed by another lower lows in the RSI, hanging below the 50 like this. Not really too encouraging. The 4 hour is kind of our last line of defense right now. If this breaks, if this gives up, if we get a 4 hour close below this really below this candle here, it wouldn't look good. Because if we get a 4 hour close below that candle, we're probably below this 50. It would solidify the idea that we're rejecting off of this 50, and that would solidify the idea that we're probably going to go at least to that 6017 area, with the solid chance that we could go even below this low here. But there is still hope. There is still hope that we could have a higher low, but time will tell. Time will tell. We are in a downtrend right now, okay? And that's the only reason why I'm using words like hope, because the optimist in me, I'm back to where I was when I was talking about it here. The optimist in me believes that we could have a higher low, but the technical analyst in me, the realist in me, very much believes that we're going to see a lower low than this if today closes red. That's the crucial thing, okay? I got nothing else to say, man. I got nothing else to say. The reason why is because, again, rejection off of this, not a good look. Rejection off of this, not a good look. After having our little move up here and rejecting off the 0.5, I always say you don't find significance on the 0.5 often, but whenever you do, you get significant moves, and it looks like we're finding significance on it now. If we get below this, not if we get below it, but if we get a day to close below this 60176, it's going to be very, very not exciting. There is still hope that we could have a higher low, but just off of what I know about fibs, man, I would think that we would go lower. So before I just continue to run in circles and say the same thing over and over again, that's all I got for you guys. It's not looking as good as it had, but either way, you should be excited, right? If it goes up, you're going to get to sell at higher prices. If it goes down, you're going to get to buy at lower prices. And for those of you who don't know, who are watching these videos, because I've had a couple comments asking if this is a scam. Some people have even hit me up in the DMs, and it's not a problem. It's okay. You're not invading my privacy. I don't care. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. I'm not above that by any means. We're all human beings. We're all friends. We're all trying to just do right by ourselves financially, right? I have no problem with that, man. You want to make a good financial decision for yourself and you have questions. I'm not a financial advisor. I will help you to the best of my abilities, but my help is literally just my opinion. So don't take it to the bank. But if you yourself are new to this stuff and you don't have anyone to turn to, I'm more than available. It's all good. But what I'm trying to say is it's not a scam. This is not a scam. I know that Makerly had a flop with the burn. That wasn't a burn, it was a lock, right? But essentially it's a burn. It's the same thing, right? The tokens, they exist. That's the only difference. They actually still technically exist, but they're gone forever. They're never to be touched by anybody. They are locked away. It's all gone. And I really stand by it. I said it a lot in the first few days whenever we were dropping. I haven't said it since. But for those of you out there that might be doubters or might be conspiracy theorists, just really think about it. And maybe you've never been a part of a scam, not part of one, but maybe you've never been affected by a scam. Scammers don't act like how he's been acting, man. They don't come out the day that a mishap happens, right before they're going to Christmas dinner, and make a personal video apologizing, right, and saying that like they don't do that. They don't do that because they've known all along it was a scam. They don't have the balls to look you in the face and say that. They hide, and they might get a story together. They might come out in a week or two, but whenever people have questions, they don't respond immediately. That's not how it works. I mean, at least in my experience, anything can happen. Of course, I don't know him personally, but from the vibes I get from him, from what I've heard about people who have met him, and just from how he seems, man, and how he's treated this whole situation, I very much don't believe that he's a scam artist. I don't think he is. I think he's a good guy. But take that for what you will. I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't know him personally, right? This is just all off my own intuition and perspective, and just from what I genuinely believe, right? You can, and some people might think that I'm like holding on to false hope, but that's not at all the case. I think that it's just like honest, truly. Like a scam artist would not have acted the way that he acted. I'm just saying. I've seen it happen before. They flee. They flee, man. Like the little fleas they are, they flee, never to be heard of again, ever. That's not how he did it, man. He literally stepped aside from his Christmas dinner to clear the air and try to help calm people down. And I know for everybody, it's, you hear that negative news. There's things that run through your head, and you're like, oh, this didn't happen. Like, what a flop. It was a flop. It was a big, it was a goof, whatever. But hey, it brought us to cheaper prices. Anyone who bought down here, I'm sure you're happy that we had that sell the news event. I'm sure, and if it goes lower, and you buy at lower prices, you're going to be happy too. So, anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.